swimming for the shallows, I thank you. Their freedom is my end. Farewell, friend.
What's up, everybody? I'm IGP, and welcome back to Subnautica. We're back at the prison, checking out some of the latest updates. Today is going to be a sad day. Now, we all knew it was coming. By the way, spoiler alert. For those who aren't aware that most of the Subnautica videos I'm going to be putting out are spoilers. Anyway, we all knew it was coming, the Emperor's death. The Emperor has been holding on to its last bit of strength in order to have these last events play out. She's giving everything she's got to make sure her babies are going to be safe and also free, the most important thing. And once that's done, we actually get to see the Emperor end, or at least start to. It's extremely emotional, but at the same time, it's very hopeful. Anyway, there are new animations, new sequences, and the enzyme cure ball is actually in the game now. The babies will emit their enzyme that you can then use to cure yourself. We'll show that all a little bit later. Right now, we're gonna go in from the beginning and talk about some of the changes that have been made to the antechamber, the alien pipe room, the lab, and the egg room, which you may not know what I'm talking about. So if you guys are still enjoying Subnautica, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section below, and let's get started. So this is finally here. We have a mechanism to control this force field. We just need the blue artifact, which you can get one inside, I believe, the thermal plant. There's an extra area where you can pick this one up. There might also be one in that Degassi base. I can't remember if it's orange or blue. One of the two. So I'm just going to quickly use a cheat. There we go. We are in. Let's pull out our handy flashy and head on over to the pipe room. All right, so here we are in the pipe room. Beautiful place, and you can actually see the peepers inside now. There doesn't seem to be much of a current flowing, which I'm sure they'll add, or maybe they won't. The peepers are now swimming around, coming into the main entrance or the main container, and then spreading themselves out, going to different biomes elsewhere. I wish I knew which ones were which. And as you can tell, they're squinting more than usual. That might be because of the current. I have no idea. Or maybe they're just very bored with their jobs now. Because if we scan the alien pipe and read it, it says, peeper behavior elsewhere on the planet suggests that they are not being sucked in by accident, but rather have evolved to actively seek out the correct access point. So this is now their new lives. Not that it would happen in the same generation. It likely happened over new generations of peepers. I mean, I'd imagine that's how it would work, but I can't be certain. Nonetheless, it's probably just the current. Let's not look too far into that. If you've seen the currents at the exit vents, you'll know that it's flowing pretty quickly. Not that the peepers couldn't swim against the current on their own, but if it's blowing in their eye, I mean, at some point you gotta blink. If this creature has the ability to blink, that's because it needs to at some point, so it makes sense. I don't know why I'm still going on about this, but I'm sure there's a lot of discussion about it. There's probably already a 1-hour video theory somewhere about why the peepers are squinting more, about how they're slaves to the Emperor, and that the Emperor is so evil. We can't peep too far into this kind of stuff. All right, so exiting the pipe room, those are the updates there. I'm sure they'll add more to it in the coming weeks, days, months, years, who knows. Look at this thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. What in the hell? Hold on. That's not a scanner. Here we go. I cannot scan that? We don't know what this is. What was this? Was this an empty container? Dude, what? That is freaking nuts. That looks like an Atlas shard from Worlds Adrift. That would be amazing. So this is the egg lab, as it's called on the wiki. There's two labs. There is the egg lab, and then there's the dissection lab that has the dead Emperor carcass just laying up there for experimentation and research. As you can see, we got a ton of stuff. Looks like a lot of stuff from the disease research facility that was hanging up on the warpers and such. We got eggs everywhere. All kinds of eggs, actually. You actually can't see that well inside there unless you have a flashlight. That's a sea dragon egg? I can't tell. Kind of looks like it, although there's a lot of eggs I haven't actually seen. That's not a flashlight. How do I keep mixing up my shit? I mean, these all are eggs that are in the game, right? I mean, it couldn't be possible that some of these are just kind of unknown. Oh, you're a little cutie. Are you on? This is a display. I just realized that. This is a display. This is a museum. They're relishing in their experiments and research. Not really. What I'm thinking is that all of these creatures are here in order for them to find out which ones are immune to the Karar, and they had discovered that the Sea Emperor is the only one that is. Although I thought this was all taking place in the disease research facility, maybe that's more concentrated on the disease itself, or the bacterium. I'm sure it'll all come together. Either that or I'm just stupid. Look, it's an Emperor egg. All right, we're gonna get in this case. Hold on a second. Run and jump. Dang it. It's a shame I can't pick anything up in here. And it's a shame it's so damn dark. So that is the egg lab. Fully updated, I assume. I'm not sure what else they're going to be adding in here. Maybe some animations, maybe some slight movements to the eggs. Not that they would be moving, but just kind of like how you're doing with the relics. Just some kind of lively decorations to give it a little bit more oomph. Maybe we can actually draw data from this. So let's say we've gone throughout the entire game without scanning a lot of eggs. We can come here and find out which ones these are because they would know as well, the precursors. Anyway, let's go and check out the dissection lab because another sad aspect of this update video is that we're gonna see something in there you don't want to see. Also, if you can't tell, they moved the terminal from down there to up here. Much more appropriate, in my opinion, because you have to put another key. And here we are, the dissection lab. Oh, actually, I didn't even notice there was like little countertops here, tables, potentially used. Oh, some eggs are missing. But here, I'm gonna look down and surprise you guys if you haven't already seen it. And you know, based on everything I've said so far, you should probably prepare yourself. It's a tearjerker. Not just this, but what you'll see later too. Let's take a look. Aww. Oh my god. This is actually sadder than I remember. So that's why these things were positioned the way they were, because I thought it was kind of weird, but it's just being pinned down, injected. Look, there's like little tubes coming in. There's fluids or being drawn out maybe, but there's an intake and outtake. Ah, this is kind of terrible. And the sad, sad face. Look at that. Look at that sad face. Here, we're gonna make you look at the sad face even more. Hold on a second. We got to zoom in on the very sad face. Oh. Oh, oh, that's so terrible. And I know a lot of you are thinking, IGP's probably getting some kind of joy out of this. He likes to kill these things. Well, no, it's a very sad moment. It really is. You know, like I'm tore up. You know, I should have been the one to do this. Jokes aside, this is actually pretty depressing. This poor Emperor. I mean, who's to say it suffered, you know? You can't scan it. You used to be able to scan it, but it did say it was dissected. This is called the dissection lab after all. Anyway, so I'm done with that sadness. It's a disappointing time in my life and probably for a lot of other people. Whee! Okay, so now we're gonna go into the aquarium. Here, another blue artifact is required. In fact, let's go ahead and get them. Let's go ahead and get some. There we go. Now we got all of our artifacts, all the ones that we need. Here's the blue one, and let's use it. I still haven't figured out what the other ones are for. Maybe they're not ever going to be used for anything. There we go. Get rid of that door, and we must enter. I'm letting you guys enjoy the music in the game now because it is back in the game. So you might hear some cuts here and there, and I'm not going to add my own music. I know some of you have actually been pointing out that you really enjoy when I add the music. So, hey, the warp gate is gone. Huh. Now it's just a wall. I actually didn't even notice that it was that shape. Was it that shape before? I don't know. And why is it off center? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's an extra pillar right there that doesn't need to be there because you're shoving it over to the side. I see what you did. It is centered based on the width of this entire thing, but there's an extra pillar here. Why would you do this? Why is this not centered? I can't deal with that. Was it always like this, or was the recent update, did it change that? What the hell? All right, before I lose my mind, we're gonna go down here and experience what we're supposed to experience. Hello? Oh.
Are you here to play? The others came but played alone. They bored me. Now they're gone, and instead I have you.
Yay. I love it. There we go. There's that forced temple music that I was waiting for, by the way. It reminds me completely of the forced temple. All right, so we're going to play through the traditional sequence. There's a few changes here and there, but I think you're really going to appreciate the end of this event. It's definitely, it works you up. Hello there. Why don't you take a seat? Yes, perfect. Thank you. I will insert the crystal here. I got rid of the HUD because it's just kind of in the way. So after you do this, you could hatch. Whoa. Wait, that's a bone shark. Oh, right. There's a notification that says to you that there's unusually passive behavior in hostile creatures, usual hostile creatures. And I guess that's the bone shark. Is there anything else? Ooh, another bone shark and a stalker. Okay. So these guys are being manipulated, which sounds bad, but it's a good thing, by the Emperor to be passive. So over here, the Emperor will wait and then clearly blow away the sand for us to reveal that, hey, this is a warp gate, if you couldn't tell. Actually, it looks sweet. Good job. So now, I do know that we have to scan this in order to activate the next voice.
My young want to hatch, to play outside this place. We have been here so long. The others had ways of giving passage to the outside. I asked them for this, but they could not hear. If you can hear, you can help. If you can help, I will tell what the others wanted so badly to know.
I will help. I do like how they said that too. They can't hear. Like they couldn't. The Emperor could not communicate with the precursors.
You gave me what I asked for. I give you what you seek. My young cannot be forced from their shells. They must be coaxed. This is what the others could not see. I give you this secret willingly. I hope I will not be disappointed again.
So I'm gonna be quiet for this and let you guys just kind of enjoy the atmosphere and the story of it. Keep your tissues nearby, and let's get started.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you. Their freedom is my end. Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current. I will carry seeds to new lands, or a creature so small it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
Right in the feels. So I originally had thought that the way that this had already been played out before any of this was added, like the baby emperors rubbing up against their mother and saying goodbye, it's like they knew, you know? But before that, with it just swimming around and saying farewell, like knowing that it's the end of the Emperor is sad enough. And I thought that was a good way to end it, but I didn't think that they could top it. Although it makes sense that this would happen, and most people probably guessed that something like this would happen, but this is just so sad. The Emperor had saved all of her strength to make sure that her babies could get out, that the babies could be free. And it stayed that way and swam around and kept this cycle going until someone came by to help, or something came by to help. That's true devotion. And as she realizes that her babies are now free and able to go wherever, she can go, she can pass. So right now she's in her state of just almost is this guy swimming for the end? Also, you can see Now the baby, aw, they're so cute. Yeah, they're gonna swim out, and they drop their enzymes everywhere. And there one goes. And then one of the 5 locations is where that one will be. Oh my god, this is so cute and so sad at the same time. I actually regret every baby emperor I've ever killed. So she'll remain in this state until we leave. When we come back, it's not in the game yet, but it's been said when we come back, the emperor will be laying down. It is also said that the emperor will not be dead in that state, but very close to it. It'll be basically the end of what we're going to see. Now, that's something you can miss, but it's a nice little addition if you decide to come back to the aquarium for whatever reason, because if I'm not mistaken, you can get these cure balls, and I'll show you in a second what happens, because it totally ruins the mood. But when you cure yourself, if you go swimming about in the world again, I believe you can get infected again. So you might have to return to get more, because after this is not the end. You still have a lot to do in order to, you know, escape the planet. So you might end up having to return here, and when you do, she'll be laying down in a very catatonic state, or just, you know, one breath away, you know what I mean? It's just it's very sad, but it's also very peaceful. I think it was a very good direction to go with this story. She's waiting to give up once she knows that they're free. Anyway, let's get the cure ball and listen to this, because it's actually kind of hilarious. I'll put the HUD back on. There we go. So we got the baby Leviathan enzymes. And we'll, actually, let's scan ourselves to make sure we are infected. I believe we are still. Yes? Okay.
Performing self-scan. Vital signs normal. Detecting trace amounts of foreign bacteria. Continuing to monitor.
So I'm gonna give myself infection, reveal. So we have the cysts on our hands, and we'll see what it looks like once we cure ourselves. I haven't actually done this before, but it's so deformed that the polygons on my hand are just so distorted. So now we are infected, we have the infection reveal, and we'll eat this, and let's listen.
When a player eats concentrated enzymes, they're cured. Play normal cure sound in here, along with some inspirational music. When a player eats concentrated enzymes, they're cured. Play normal cure sound in here.
So that is a sound file that I'm assuming is a cue for the developers, like in between each other, which is kind of a joke. That's actually pretty funny. From a development standpoint, that's kind of interesting, but I thought it was pretty funny. They are cured. Sounds like a butler of sorts. It's amazing. So now we're cured. As you can see, our cysts are completely gone. And it did say, you know, you'll play the cure sound here, inspirational music. And I'm assuming there's probably going to be an animation of the cysts going away from your body. Now, I had an idea just to present. If the devs are watching, you might want to consider it. You know, just throwing that out there. Maybe consider it. But I was thinking what would be interesting is when you cure yourself, instead of the cysts just kind of disappearing, because I mean, there's a lot of stuff biologically that doesn't make sense in this game, but I was thinking maybe it would make a little more sense if, for some reason, the cysts were to die out and fall off and possibly be painful. So, you know how when you're cured, you then scan yourself and it tells you that you're cured and it says you're normal. I was thinking this would be an interesting way to probe the player and to make them actually want to scan themselves almost immediately after they take the enzyme. Some way of showing that the player is probably in pain from everything just kind of dying off on top, because it likely would be painful in some way. And then you'd be like, oh shit, wait a second, I thought I was supposed to be cured. And you scan yourself, so there's that bit of like hopelessness, and you're like, oh shit, everything's over. And then you find out you're cured. Or maybe even scare them into thinking that at this very moment in time, the infection was too strong and you're about to die. I don't know. Just a thought. Figured it would be kind of interesting. Let me know what you think. So this is actually pretty much the end of the whole sequence itself. Again, you have the cure, the Emperor. I think all of them are now gone. So they're all going to be in their respective places. I don't know if they're actually there just yet, but when you come back, she's just going to be swimming around. She's not laying down just yet, but that is the end. That is it. That is it. Everything is just going to be polished from here. It's a very well done sequence, heartbreaking, but also very inspirational, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna go collect all these balls, and I'm going to annoy you for like 2 seconds. If I haven't already annoyed you for about 10 minutes. Okay, so I got 10 of these. Now, I can't take it because I'm not cured, but what I can do is infect myself. Haha! There we go. And then take it.
When a player reads concentrated enzymes, when a player reads concentrated enzymes, cure sound in here. Play normal cure sound when a player reads concentrated enzymes, their cure concentrated when a player reads cure sound when a player cure sound enzymes, their cure sound inspirational cure sound when a player reads cure sound inspirational enzymes, their cure sound their cure sound their cure sound inspirational their cure sound when a player reads cure sound enzymes, their reads concentrated enzymes, their sound in here enzymes, their cure sound in here. Play normal cure sound in here.
Now you're probably asking, was that necessary? Yes. Yes, it was. Anyway, so that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Like, share, favorite, and subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date with all my latest videos. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.